Hello. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Welcome to the replay. Welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby, and I am your host on this Quantasy, a quantum odyssey to an art-fueled life. Welcome. If you're watching in the replay, then do me a favor and say hello. Let me know you're in the replay, right? A hashtag of some kind. You can write hashtag I am in the replay, hashtag will Bobby ever think of cool replay hashtags sometime this century? No, I don't think of them until I'm literally at this point and I go, I should really think of some. Don't ever think of them. If you're watching in the live, if you're watching in the live, I can't do that either. If you're watching in the live, you can start commenting. You can comment the whole time that I'm live. Just a quick housekeeping stuff. Is that the right word? I don't know. The next 2 weeks or so are going to be weird with the lives. Some days will be normal. Some days I might do them really early, and some days I'm not going to be able to do them. We have so much going on. My daughter is going to FIT, and we have some days that we have to take her out there. And then actually probably the next 3 weeks, because then the third week is her birthday and we're going out there again. So like tomorrow we're going out early, and Thursday and Friday, by the way, we're going to the amusement park. So I am going to be wearing my amusement park outfit. So that should be exciting for nobody, but my kids will get a kick out of it because they like to say amusement park outfit. Anyway, so if you see posts like no Daily Fuel today, just be on the lookout every day if you're into Daily Fuel, because I might post no Daily Fuel today, or I might post that it's 2 or 3 hours earlier than usual. Just be on the lookout. That's all. And I can't tell you what day is going to be what. So let's get started. Who we got? We got Christina is here. Hello, Bobby. Hey, fam. Hey, Christina. How are you? And Ray is here. Hi. And Tony is here. Hello, Bobby. Hello, gang. There you go. Hey, Tony. How you doing? And Kirsten is here. Hi, Bobby, and everyone else. There you go. That's the way to do it. Please keep your hands and feet inside the Quantasy ride at all times. I love it. Please enjoy your ride. Excellent. Yeah. Hey, Ty. How are you? And Amy's here. Awake. Third live today. Wow. Excellent. Yeah, I just happened to see a comment. Are you like catching up on replays? Nice. And hello, Bobby. Hello, everyone else. That's the way. See, I've tried. You all feed into my ego. So I thank you for that. Let's get started, shall we? The fix is in. The fix is in. It's in. Is that an American expression? Is that like an idiom from where I live and nobody else knows what that means? I don't know. What does it mean? In case you don't know, the fix is in is just an expression that means like the game has been rigged. The outcome is predetermined. We already know who's going to win. The answer is you. You are going to win. The fix is in, and the universe has it all fixed in your favor. And That's the game. So imagine like, except usually, say I was contemplating not saying the fix is in, because usually when people say the fix is in, it kind of means that like the game has been rigged, but in a nefarious or illegal way. Like oh, the boxer's gonna take a dive in the third round, or the baseball team is gonna just play really crappy and let the other team win, or something like that. Like that would be a bad way. Do you mind? Have a seat. That would be like a bad way that the fix is in. But in this case, the fix is actually part of the game. It's like, hey, let's play a game, and you're going to win. And yeah, there are some rules. You got to go. You got to be born. You got to find some things to wear, and you get to design everything that you want. You get to imagine it. You get to figure it out. You get to like try this and try that, and I like this and I don't like that, and right. And you get to decide. Oh, I really like this, and I really want this. And then everything you want, you got it. We're back here, here's us in Source Energy Land. We're just making it for you and shipping it out. Everything you want, you got it, right? Oh, man, it's a really, really great system that they got, except we suck at doing our part. We we want to do our part and their part. It's like, oh man, I really want this thing. Now let me figure out how to get it. I will figure out how to do it from down here. I can do it all by myself in my 3D human suit, and I know that I'm a spiritual being on a human adventure, but I'm going to do it all from the human side. Let's just figure out how to do it all right here. I'm going to make the roller coaster work while I'm riding it. Doesn't work. Can't do it. So we decide what we want, and then we try to make it happen, and that's hard. It's really, really hard. So I got 3 things for you today. Let's make it so that the fix actually is in, shall we? Because that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm realizing all the ways that I make it so much harder on myself than it needs to be. It doesn't need to be this hard. It could be so much easier. So here are the 3 ways, the 3 steps, if we say. That I'm trying. So number 1 is just determine what you want. Just figure out what you want. That's our job. Our job is discernment. Our job is to sift through life and be like, I like this, I don't like this, I kind of like this, I really like this, hate that, right? The things we don't like, just who cares, And the things that we do like, we can focus on them, and we can savor them, and we can play with them, and we can think about them, and we can dream about them, and we can imagine them, and we can write them in our journals, and we can visualize them, and we can meditate on them, and we can do all this stuff, except that we don't do any of that shit. We go, I don't like that thing, I hate it, and why is it here, and who put that here, and I don't want it here, and that's what we do. Why do we do that? You know what else we do is this. We determine what we want, and we might get in that state where it's like flowing, and it's like, oh my God, I could imagine that. That would be amazing. That would just be amazing to have a life like this, a business like this, a relationship like this, a body like this, whatever it is, right? How can I get that? How could I get that? How can I get it? How can I do it? I can't imagine how that could be possible. So you know what? I can't imagine how it would be possible. But I bet if I watered it down to like 10% of the whole dream, I could figure that out, kinda, like maybe I could kinda make it 8% of it, it's like, all right, I have this amazing business in mind where I want to do, I want to be making my art every day, and I want to be living in Paris, and I want to be on the art scene, and I want to see my stuff in this museum or in this gallery or something like that. And I can't figure out how to do that, but maybe, I don't know, maybe if I worked at this place and then I just had my stuff in this coffee shop. That's kind of the same thing, Now, if your stuff is in a coffee shop, I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying that if that's not your big dream, why are we settling for things that aren't the big dream? So number 1 is determine what you want, and that's what you want. Stop apologizing for it. Stop trying to figure out how to do it by yourself. Stop diluting it, because, well, if it was less than that, it would still be kind of cool, and I can halfway figure out how to do that. Stop doing that. We gotta stop doing that. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You're allowed to want what you want. And it could be anything that is absolutely impossible. Let's spend some time and imagine everything 100% the way that you want. Abraham says if you can imagine it, if you have the ability to imagine it and conjure it, the universe has the ability to give it to you. That's it. No conditions, no nothing. Why do we put all these conditions on it? That's not possible. That can't happen for me. They said this. They'll never let me do that. The doctor said this. The blah, 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 the blah, the blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm not making fun of anybody's situations, because we're all in situations. But we are creating these situations is the point of my number 1 today, is we're doing it to ourselves. Stop. So number 1, determine what you really want and stop diluting what you really, really, really want. I can't say that without thinking of the Spice Girls song. Anyway, tell me what you want. Trust the universe is number 2. We have to start trusting the universe and surrendering to the universe. What does that mean? The universe has your back. We like that expression. It's a really cool people who are awake expression. The universe has my back. Yay. Except that, I constantly don't let it give me anything. all the creation, all the impossible things that we want, they happen in the unknown. They happen in the quantum state. And yet we live 99.9% of our lives in the 3D awake, like, not sleeping state, right? Not awake, like spiritually awake, like we're awake. Oh, I'm awake, I'm up, today. That state. We're in that state all the time, and where I'm paying attention to the news, and I'm paying attention to this thing, and I'm listening to what this idiot's telling me, and I'm listening to this thing, and I'm looking at that shit, right? And we're letting all of this tell us what the world of reality is. But our dream is something outside of this world of reality, but our dream obviously can't happen in this world of reality. But then I'll see that guy who's living that dream, and I'm like, damn, that guy's doing it. How come I can't do it? This one's making all this money doing this thing that I want to be doing. Why can't I be doing it? And there are a million reasons why I can't be doing it. And you know why that one's doing it? Because that one doesn't believe any of those stupid reasons that you believe. I'm pounding this into my own head today. All right. So if I'm a little harsh, I apologize. And I'm not making fun of anybody, and I'm not thinking about anybody other than myself. But I am really sick and tired of wanting things and then continually telling myself, you can't have that. I can't figure out how to do that. So let's make it, instead of making it this thing, let's make it this thing. I still can't figure this out, but I can at least get like maybe a quarter of this. Who the fuck wants this? I want this. Ow, I just banged my finger in the wood. It happens in the unknown. We need to start trusting more and surrendering more and stop trying to make it happen and let it happen. How do you do that? And the third one is how you do it. It's consistency of effort. And I don't mean effort like I'm going to make it happen. I mean consistency of showing up every day, doing the energy work every fucking day. Doing it. This has to be our job. Why are we doing anything other than our energy work? Why? What the hell has to be done that we don't have time to do, whether it's meditation or yoga or this or that, whatever the heck you like to do, I don't care, right? But whatever it is that you need to do to get into that flow state, what is keeping you from doing that? What is keeping me from doing that is why I'm yelling so much. We need to show up. We need to be on this journey. We need to be believing that this thing is possible. How do I know it's possible? Because it exists in the universe already in my head. And if it exists in the universe in my mind and in my heart, then it can exist in the physical part. That's the easy part. The hard part is the conjuring part. But we get it backwards. We think I could conjure shit all day long. I just can't figure out how to make it happen because it doesn't happen here. That's why it doesn't happen here. It's like ordering something at the store and then running to the store online. You order something online and then, like, you order food, right? You order food online because you don't feel like cooking. You order food online and you pay and right? And so, and like DoorDash or whatever you're doing. But then instead of waiting for DoorDash to show up, you run to the restaurant, you hip check the chef, you cook it yourself, you put it in a bag and you drive it home. Why did you order it on DoorDash? Wait and watch Netflix until the guy rings the bell and says, here's your freaking food. That's it. That's all we have to do. I'm really sick and tired of doing things the backwards way. And I'm inviting you to not do it the backwards way with me anymore because, man, I just want what I want, and I'm tired of waiting for it. I'm tired of waiting. It's not that the universe is taking its sweet time. The universe is going, dude, if you would just get the fuck out of the way, we would give it to you already. So let's see what you people have to say. Whew, Jesus. All right, nobody reminds me to breathe anymore. I really need to breathe. Ray, I don't know if Ray's here. She was, right? Yeah. I never installed that button for you. There was a way to do it, and I just never, I mentioned it that one time, and then I never looked into it again. Probably because you'd use it, and it would just annoy me, so I don't bother. Who are we? Crimson said hello. Yes, it's an American expression or just yours. No, it's not just mine personally. It's an American expression. Okay, cool. You know what it means, though, right? You got it. Imagine it. Yeah. Hi, Robin. Christina says, can't be the conductor of the roller coaster if you're riding it. You can't. We can't order the thing and make the thing. We can't we can't be the imaginers and the builders. You know, there's different jobs to be done, and our job was to, I'm going to go down there to Earth, and you know, I just imagine it down here, like we were up there and now we came down here. It's just what I think. We maybe we went to the left. I don't know, but right. So I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to be on Earth, and I'm going to be sifting through all this crap, and I'm going to imagine what I want. And then you guys are going to make it for me, and right? Except I'm saying, don't make anything. I'll look for all the parts over here. I'm sure there's some pieces I can use. I can use this thing. I can't use that. There's nothing here to build anything out of. The only thing that's here is shit that's already been imagined and built. That's it. That's the only thing we got is stuff that's already been used. This is all used material, and we're trying to repurpose used material all the time. We're trying to figure it out. Well, like, somebody built this and somebody built this. Maybe I can put them together somehow and make some amazing thing. No, you can only make 2 pieces of crap. That's it. You got to let the universe build it and send it to you. And it's hard because you don't want to wait, you know? You just don't want to. You want to get to work. You want to feel like you're doing something. The doing is the energy work. That's what the doing is. But that doesn't feel like doing some days. That feels like sitting around going, ooh. You know, I feel like I should be working. I should be hustling. Oh my God. What do you want? Yes. What do you really, really want? It's a guarantee. No matter what it is, it doesn't matter. It could be anything at all. Anything at all. What is it? You're guaranteed to get it if you just declare it and then stop trying to get it. It's not that difficult of a process. But we can't do it. I don't know why we can't do it. What I really, really want... what I really, really want is actually happening. Well, that's great. I mean, you know, I'm not saying that we don't get anything that we really, really want, because there are things that I really, really want that I'm doing just fine with, because I don't get in the way of it. I guess what I'm talking about today are those parts of life where it's like I've talked about buckets before. Like, you have a money bucket, and you have a health bucket, and you have a relationship bucket, and a couple other buckets, right? And maybe 1 or 2 of them is great. It's like, oh, I have an amazing relationship with my wife and my kids. It's like I couldn't have designed it better. I got everything I wanted because I didn't stress about it. I wasn't like, oh, I'm getting married. Oh, how am I going to do this today? It's like, I just do it, and it just kind of flows, and it's easy, and it's like, not every day is amazing, and it's not like we never bicker or argue or anything like that, but we don't let it consume us to the point where it's just a shit show, you know? But other buckets are hard, and maybe for you, my hard bucket is easy, and you're just like, that one's easy. I can't figure out how to meet anybody, you know? And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with you because you've got a bucket that's broken or not working out. It just means that we're trying too hard. We're trying to figure it out here instead of letting it happen. That's what I'm talking about. Amy, you're obviously letting something happen, and that's wonderful. That's amazing. Good for you. Robin, you sound like in The Notebook, Noah's sister. Yeah. What do you want? Right in the rain. I know that scene. I can't remember exactly how he says it. I'm not him. Anyway, what do you want? What do you want? We need to show up. Remember Rob. Who's Rob? Yes, get out of your own way. Yeah. That's what it means when it says you're in your own way. That you are trying to do the job of the universe. You're trying to figure out how to build the thing yourself. But the only parts that we have to build stuff out of are the parts that other people already built shit out of. And so we're trying to just figure it out, like, well, maybe if I did this, and maybe if I called this one, or maybe if I built it out of this crap, you know, it's like it doesn't work. It's already used. It's used up material. The energy out of it is gone, you know? It's not the right thing. It's not the right stuff. I'm dying over here. Quotes from The Notebook, Hotel Transylvania, and then the Spice Girls. But for real. Oh, who did Hotel Transylvania? I don't know that one. Did I miss something? Something went over my head? I don't know. We need to show. I don't know who did that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Spice Girls in the Notebook, I know. But for real, when you let go of the control and just say what you want, it does happen. It's like if you say what you want and then forget about it, meaning stop worrying about it, later on you get a surprise. It really is that easy. It's too easy for us to believe, oh, that's what it is. Kirsten, yeah, it's just, it's so simple that we're always like, nah. No, clearly look at these other people. They wake up early and they go to the gym and they work out and then they go to work and they come home and they feed the kids and they feed the dog and they go for a walk and they get their car washed and they mow the lawn and they do all the crap. It's like, you gotta hustle. You gotta oh, that one never sleeps. That one just works. Doesn't sleep. And it's like, and it's like, there's got to be, I must be doing something wrong. There must be something more that I need to do. I must have to take more action here. I must have to figure, I must just be doing it wrong. If you're watching somebody who seems like they're hustling, but they're at the same time thriving and just shooting into the stratosphere, the hustling might be what we see, but to them it's play. To them it's like, oh my God, I get to do this again today. Like, this is what I want to do. But we look at them going like, oh my God, they have to do that. Is that what that's what it takes? Well, I'll try it. And so we're doing that. But for us, it's not. Imagine, somebody might look at you. Let's say you're a painter, and if you would just paint 15 hours a day and then go to sleep and wake up with the brush in your hand and just be like, right? Like, maybe you would do that. Or if you're an artist or of some kind, right? And it doesn't have to be painters. But other people might just be like, well, gee, she wakes up in the morning and she's up at 6 and she's at it by 6:15. And she just goes through the night. Well, I guess I'll try that with my thing because I'm a coder or whatever. I don't know. There's some other job that they have that's not their thrill, not their passion. Like, art is your passion, so you could do it from 6 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night, and then maybe go to sleep, and it wouldn't hurt you because your energy is just flowing through this. Like, you don't even need sleep. But then they try that with something that's not their thing. Well, I'll try that. I'll try the action work. And they wake up and they're like, oh, I got to do this crap. Jesus, I don't like doing this. Well, I'll try it. And by 7 o'clock, they're like, fucking kill me. And then they do it for a day or 2 days or 3 days. And they're like, you've been doing this for years. How do you do that? I'm like ready to quit. And then they quit. Because they're trying to figure it out by just copying some action that's not even the thing they should be doing. But you're doing it because you were inspired to do it. What's Hotel Transylvania? Is that a movie? I wish I might have this wish. I wish tonight. What is it? What do you want? What do you want? Are we ever really honest with ourselves? Like, what do you really, really want? And then just go for that. Then just allow that. Yeah, we got grown-up things to do. You can do the thing. You could still go and pay the bill. And you could still go and if you have a job, you could still go to work in the morning. But don't go to work thinking like, I'll work here and I'll figure out how to get the thing that I want, even though it's only half the thing that I want. No. If you have to go to work, go to work. But nobody, they can control what you're doing because you're working. And they're like, do the thing, right? And so you're doing the thing. But they can't keep you from dreaming. They can't keep your brain. They can't monitor what you're thinking about. When you can, think about your thing and just be like, what I really want is this. What I really want is this. But we scheme. Well, if I work here 2 more years, then I'll have enough money to get out of here, and then I can quit, and then I can move to that place I want to move, and then we can go to the thing, and then we can blah, 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 blah. When this happens, then I can do this, And it's like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way because then you get like a year and a half into it. Now you only got 6 months to go until you get to that point. And then there's a pandemic. There's a global pandemic and the whole world comes crashing to the ground. And it's like, fuck, I didn't plan on this thing, right? Or you get laid off or, they tell you they need you to do this instead of that. Or they need more hours or whatever. Because you're trying to do the job of the quantum. You're trying to do the job of the universe by figuring out, well, I could probably do it if I did it this way, and maybe it wouldn't be as great, but I could go and right? And we go from this big, huge dream to a chicken McNugget of a dream. Who wants that? I want a chicken dinner. Crimson, yes. So true. Like the saying, you're your own worst enemy. Get out of your own way. Yeah. We can never get the word in edgewise, but breathe. Thank you. Number 4, get acquainted with the universal signals and have courage and faith to stop and explore the signals. Yeah, that's a good one, Tony. That's good, right? So now you're showing up every day, right? Number 1, you're determining what you want. Number 2, you're trusting in the universe. Number 3, you're showing up every day to do the energy work and then to do the inspired action work that you're doing. And number 4 is get acquainted with the signals. The universe is going to send you signals. Some signals might be, like I like numbers. I like the number 33, and I see that all the time, right? I see it all the time, and I just take it as a little symbol to tell me, hey, you're doing good. You're on track. Keep going. Keep going. You're doing great today. You rock. That's what it is, Or it might be a post on Facebook you see that just kind of reminds you that do this thing, or call this person, or you just might get kind of jostled a little bit to reach out for the next thing. Rather than scheming 5 steps ahead, just wait till the universe says, I think the next step might be this. And then just try it. Except don't try it thinking like, this is it, I've gotten the sign, and now I'm going to achieve the thing that I want, right? No, just be like, oh, I kind of am getting the inclination that I'm supposed to call this person today, or post this thing today, or go out there today, whatever, right? And then just be like, all right, I'm going to do it, and then let's see what happens. I've done it. It's kind of interesting because we want it to be where, I'm going to do a thing, maybe 2 things, and then suddenly, here it is. Congratulations, you are the grand prize winner of Earth, right? And really, it's more like you show up every day and you're consistently putting in some energy, and you're consistently looking for the signs and understanding what the signals are, and you're playing with it and you're enjoying it. And when you look back, you realize, wow, look how far I've come. I'm actually living the thing that I wanted to be doing, and I didn't even realize it happened. We expect it's going to be this good, like Ed McMahon's going to show up at your front door with a big check and be like, here, you're now the thing you want to be, And it's like, it doesn't work that way. It's all of a sudden you wake up one day and you realize, I'm kind of doing it, aren't I? Like, I guess there's still some things I want to work out, but I'm doing it. Like, I could be really hard on myself that my business isn't at this particular level. But when I wake up in the morning and I think, what do I have to do today? Oh, let's see. I get to work on my art. I get to do my thing. I get to run my group. I get to do Daily Fuel. I get to do this, and I get to do that thing, and I get to work on this thing, and I get to be here, and it's like, holy shit, I'm doing everything I wanted to be doing. What am I getting so nutty about it? But I don't have that one fucking part that I want. It's like, all right, well, maybe that part didn't show up yet. Maybe that's the part that you're trying so hard to get. And because you forgot about all the other stupid parts, they've all shown up. Ty says, I'm going to lower my voice for a moment. Sometimes we get that's not working. Sometimes we get what we asked for because it's not exactly what we asked for. Sometimes we get what we asked for. It's just not exactly what we asked for. Yeah, that's kind of what I was just saying too. So thank you. You're helping me reiterate it, right? It's like all of a sudden I realize that I've got all these things going on. And I'm like, but that's not what I asked for. I wanted this, right? Except it is what I asked for. It's like, oh, wait a minute. I'm doing all the things that would go with that. Maybe there's a certain level that I want it to be at, but it's getting there. It's getting there. I just have to be happy with being at this point, right? My son and I today, we were talking about working out and getting certain results with his body and stuff, and working out and eating and everything like that. And I was trying to explain to him that it's just about you do it every day. You're working out all the time, but you don't have to work out like 10 hours a day. It doesn't have to be this thing where you're killing yourself for it. You're doing stuff all the time. You don't even realize it. But then if he has an afternoon where he's not doing anything, he feels like he should be doing something. I'm like, no, it's not how it works. You already worked out in the morning. You don't have to work out all day, you know? You don't have to figure it out here. You figure it out in your heart. You figure it out and you let it happen here. And I'm having a day where I want to get to certain things in my business, but like I said, we're doing stuff to get my daughter going, and my father was here visiting, and he's leaving tomorrow, so we had lunch today, and I wanted to spend some time with him. And by the time it was time for him to go, it was time for me to schedule my live, and I didn't get to do any of the stuff I wanted to do today. But I also wanted to spend time with him, and I got to, so I get to do that. And I'm still going to get to work on my business, but, I could just be kicking my own ass now because I didn't do the thing today. It's like, what the hell are we doing? It's like, this isn't about action. I still got my meditation in. I still got my workout in. I still got time in with my kids, and I still got time in to talk to my wife. And then I got to be with my dad. And I'm still doing Daily Fuel. I'm still doing all the stuff. Everything is happening as it's supposed to be. Amy. The biggest thing I've learned, there's that word again. All right, hang on. The biggest thing I've learned is to trust the journey, to make my intentions and get on with living my life, and things just seem to happen. And I feel so amazed that things are turning up, being given and happening. It feels so awesome. The journey is the word there, Amy. It's not wanting, it's not hustling, it's accepting and trusting the process. I learned that from you. And breathe. Thank you, Amy. The journey. It's trusting in the journey, because really what we want to be doing is we want to feel that movement towards the thing, right? That's what we want. That's what joy is. Joy is that moving toward it, right? We get there and we stop. And then we go, oh, why did I stop? And we're here. We're at the place we want it to be, but we're not moving anymore. So we think that we're doing something wrong. Oh, I must be doing something wrong. I need to be over there now. Suddenly there's a new there that we have to get to. Why? Because it's not there. It's not here. It's not any place. It's the movement. We want to be in that flow. We want to be, right? Artists don't say, oh man, I was so in the not moving. No, I was in the flow. I was in the groove. I was in the pocket. I was in the flow. I was moving. We were just grooving. We were feeling it. It was happening. I was just moving and flowing. Oh man, I was doing my painting and it just felt like stationary and stale air. No, that's not how it feels. And that's how it feels sometimes when you get there, and now you're trying to make more happen with nothing. Hang on. It's the journey. Oops. It's not the rain. It's not in the rain. Noah is beside Allie in her car. Oh, in the middle of the yard, and she couldn't answer and drove off crying. Oh, right. Yeah, the rain was a different scene? Okay. You said not the rain, and then you said Noah, and I thought you were talking about Noah's Ark for a second. I was like, what the... Where's she going with this? Yes, passion plus aptitude creates the success. I like that. So we have a passion for something. We have aptitude. We have a skill, right? I've said this before. Our talent is innate, but our skill really is not. Our skill is applied. It's our talent coming to fruition. But the first time you draw or paint or try a new skill or a new art, you're not going to be as good as you are tomorrow. That's why I say skill is not innate, because if it were, then we would just be perfect from day one. There wouldn't be growth in it, right? And so what we want is to get better and to grow and to be better and to be better at it. And that takes showing up every day. So maybe some days you want to be in this. Maybe your dream is to be in this amazing museum or gallery or art show or something, right? Let's just say that's your dream. So what do you have to do to show up every day? Well, one thing you could do to show up every day is just wake up and freaking paint something. Make art. Do your thing. Just don't have a goal for it. Don't have to be like, this is going to be on the West Wing wall. It doesn't matter where it goes. Maybe millions of people will see it for the next few centuries, and maybe no one will ever see it. But that's not your job. Your job is to make it. because that one might go in the garbage someday, but the next one is the one that's like, wow. Except there's not going to be the next one if you don't do this one. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have to hone our skills. We have to work on it. We have to show up and do the stuff for the joy of doing the stuff. That's the thing, is that then we'll say, all right, fine, I'll show up every day. I'm gonna paint, and then I'm gonna paint 100 pictures, and I'm gonna put them in the. Now, forget about the dream. The dream is not your job. Your job is just the flowing to the dream. And you flow to the dream by making the art that will make the dream. Yeah. It's like I keep getting amazed if people want to buy my art. I have some examples of what I can't believe, so I should start believing. But I have no idea what's blocking me. You are. You are. It's your belief system. If you believe that your art is not worth buying, then you're going to be amazed if somebody wants to buy it. You know, you probably this sounds to me an example of desire versus belief. Sometimes your desire can be so great that it can supersede your belief system. Usually our belief system will rule the day. Right? Oh, I believe that I'm this and I'll live my life like this. But sometimes the desire can be so great that at times it can supersede the belief system. Like, oh my God, my child is under that car, and I will just lift the freaking car. But you ask me to lift the car later, and I can't do it, right? I've never lifted a car, but anyway, it's like you've heard of things like this, right? Suddenly the desire and the need to do it just becomes so strong that it supersedes your belief system. So you may have been at times at this point where your desire to be a professional artist that sells art was so strong that it superseded the belief in or the lack of belief in yourself as a professional artist or an artist who sells, right? But then it happens, and then you're just like, what? And then it happens again, because now that it's happened, once something happens, now it's not impossible. Well, it already happened, so clearly it's possible. So now maybe your resistance is down a little bit from it. And then it happens again. Well, why don't you just start talking yourself into it happening all the time? Well, if it's happened once and it's happened twice, it could happen 1,000 times. And it can. But you can't do that one time. You can't meditate on it once and then be like, well, okay, I did it. No, you got to do it again the next day and the next day and the next day. And that's got to become the way that you go until all of a sudden you realize, holy shit, people buy my art all the time. That's how it happens. It's just, it's going to sneak up on you. We don't want it to sneak up on us. We want it to knock on our door and kick it in and be like, I'm here. But it rarely does that. You're not breathing again. I know. Sorry. Once I stopped trying to figure out how to make my life the way I wanted it and just let the flow come naturally, everything just fell into place. I went from being a ball of anxiety trying to be the conductor to a cool hippie enjoying the view on the ride. See that? There you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now everybody else could put that into their own words, you know? Maybe you don't want to be a cool hippie. Maybe you want to be something else. But whatever it is, be that, you know? But stop trying to be the force or the energy or the process even that makes it happen. We're not built for it. We're not good at it. We can do some things, but it takes so much energy, and it's not going to be nearly as good as what you imagined. Which is why I love art and artists, because for the most part, most artists, they know what it means to get in the flow. And getting in the flow of art and the creation process, and when you're like, look at this painting that I made, or look, check out this thing that I wrote or built or designed or created or whatever the hell you do, right? We know that flow process. We didn't force it. We didn't make it. Have you ever created a piece of art of any kind where you were just like, I was just there. It was just like coming out of my fingers or my mouth or my head or whatever, you know, whatever it comes out of. It was just flowing out of me. I don't know where it came from, but I just went. We're supposed to do that with life, but we don't. We go, oh, wow, this is amazing. Look at this piece of art. Oh, now I got to go build my life. Well, I'm not going to do that shit. I'm going to figure out how to build it here. You know, I'm not going to let it flow out of me. Life doesn't work that way. Only art works that way. No. Art is a metaphor for life. It's a microcosm of life in general. Make your life the way you make your art. Make your life the way you make your art. Think about the process you do for art, and then think about the process you do for life. Compare them. They're different. Why? Why are they different? Use the same process for life that you use for art. I know, you want to go out. I'll let you out in a minute. Hang on. Facebook user says, who we got? I think, I wish, who's this? Sounds, hang on, bear with me here. I like knowing who people are. I wish I knew. Oh, this is Thomas. Hi. Hey, Thomas, how you doing? Did you not click the thing? You didn't click the thing. That's okay. That's okay. I wish I knew what the hell it was that I need to do. What I have no idea what the hell will fill that void. McChicken McNugget dreams. I love that. It's so true. I wish I knew what it was that I needed to do, but I have no idea what will fill that void. You don't need to do anything. What you need to do is dream it and imagine it. This is the hard part. This is the simple process. When you start to make your art, do you think like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make the, did you forget? Like, right? If you're creating one of your paintings, did you forget? Like, where do I keep my paint? Where are my brushes? I don't know where anything is. And then you get, so you just buy all new ones, right? And now they show up, but instead of waiting for them to show up, you go to the paint store and you go to the stock room and you get them yourself, and you drive back home, and now you've got them, and you don't remember how to paint. You don't know what to do. You know, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just using you as an example. And we all do this. And so you just start making lines until suddenly magic happens. Something happens by accident where you just kind of, your brain gets distracted and you start getting into the flow of how you normally do it. Because that's how we do life. We do it on purpose, trying to figure out, I have to do it this way, or how do you do this, or let me call this person and ask them how they did it one time. And right? And all these things until all of a sudden something's distracting you and you're not looking anymore, and you're like, oh, look at that. This just kind of happened. Because we're not completely fucked up. We all have days where things just kind of flow out in life. We all have those days, and those are great days. But every day could be that way. But when we do our art, it's almost always like that, unless we're not feeling it and we're kind of forcing it. But for the most part, when we get into the zone of making our art, we just kind of let it flow. We don't worry about, like, how do I do this? Or how does this work again? Or, we don't forget. It's like riding a bicycle. And if we do hit a roadblock where it's like, oh, I'm kind of hitting a patch here where I'm not really sure where to take this one, maybe I'll just take the day off. I'll come back to this tomorrow or next week or whenever. It's like we don't stress it, We'll come back to it. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. You're not supposed to do anything. If you're asking, what am I supposed to do? The answer is nothing. Stop doing things, because doing is not the answer for you right now. Maybe meditation is, maybe going for a walk is, maybe doing something completely different and getting your mind out of the task is. Word. Who's it? Word. Wade. What's up, Wade? You need to click the link too. Word. Clearly I said something absolutely clever, and Wade is expressing his agreement to it. Would you like to leave? Hang on one second. My dog would like to leave the room. Hang on. Not going anywhere. Gotta leave. Good girl. Hello. Yeah. So, you got to look at Kirsten while I was gone. Yes! All the parts showing up when you stop looking for the specific parts. I stopped worrying about when I finally be done. I stopped worrying about when I will finally be done the job I quit a month ago. What? I know what you're trying to say there. I think the words are backwards. I stopped worrying, when will I finally be done with the job that I quit a month ago? Is that what you're trying to say? But I'm going to giggle. But I finally stopped worrying about it and being so happy at the current point I am, seeing the clear path. Well, today I got the final signal that I can leave. Yes. Nice. Excellent. Happy birthday, by the way. Yesterday was Kirsten's birthday. I don't have to worry about it anymore. The universe just plopped it in my lap. Now I can focus on things that I like. See, that's just it. When she quit her job, so if you don't know the story, she quit her job, and then instead of being like, oh, well, thank you for working here, Kirsten, goodbye, they said, well, can you just do this one last thing for us, and can you just be on call for like every day of the week? You don't work here anymore, but let's just keep giving you shit to do, you know? And then she just kind of felt sucked into it, and she was, and at first it was like, when will I get to leave here? And then finally she just was like, relax. Start working on my own thing, give them a little bit of what they want, but then eventually they just said, oh, okay, you're right, we're done. And she didn't have to force it. She didn't have to write angry letters. She didn't have to get into fist fights with people. You don't want to get in a fist fight with Kirsten, let me tell you. It's your unique journey, and how it happens for you will be how it is. Amy, could you have written a longer comment? I totally stopped the compare.com thing and just get on with being me and enjoying me things, and it seems to be so much more relaxed, happy. I found God and He guides me, and it feels so glorious to wake up knowing I am loved and truly cared for. Everything else is just awesome and fun and a joyous adventure filled with surprises and things that develop my well-being, and I am able to share that love of life with others. I'm helping others achieve their things, and other people show up just when I need them to help me with my stuff. The shed... I don't know why I find that so funny. The shed has been the thing that I really wanted and need. The shed is the project she's working on. For those who don't know, the shed has been the thing that I really wanted and needed and enjoy doing. They are now training me to be in charge of the ladies group and getting keys cut for the building, so none of the men have to oversee the ladies group. Excellent. You know, by the way, if you're hearing Kirsten and Amy and others say like, well, I relaxed a little bit and I let go, and now things are working out for me and everything is great. If you're hearing that and you're saying, oh, that's amazing, that means I can do it too, then that's what we should be hearing from that. That's like start if you're feeling like everything just sucks and you're hustling and you can't find your way out of it, start looking for other people like Amy and Kirsten who are at a point where they're feeling more of that flow in life, and celebrate that. Congratulate them, applaud that, feel what they must be feeling, even if you're not experiencing it yet, because what you're doing is you're putting yourself on the vibration of that, and then you'll attract that. If, on the other hand, you're reading what Amy said or what Kirsten said and you're going, oh crap, why do they get that and I don't, then what you're doing is you're telling the universe, I'm glad you're giving that to them, but don't give it to me. I don't want that. I just don't do it. Give me more of this crap that I'm dealing with. That's what the universe hears when you go, why don't I have it yet? The universe doesn't hear that. The universe hears like, I don't have it yet. Keep not having it. Keep not giving it to me. Right? But what did they say? They didn't say, I demanded the universe give it to me. And I went down to the manager's office of the universe and I said, give me the freaking thing. And they finally said, oh, sorry about that, people. Here's the thing you asked for. No. They just went, I'm going to stop looking for it. I'm going to just relax a little bit about this. I'm just going to, it didn't happen in the first 5 minutes of doing it, but feel for the feeling. And an easy way to feel for the feeling is to be happy for them. If you can feel happy for them, that's the feeling you want. What you want is the feeling. Just find the feeling. And finding it by reading other people's stories and going, yay, is an easy way to get the feeling. And then practice that every day, every single day, every day. That's your job. What do I do next? You do that. You find the feeling, not the action. The action will be told to you. Now do this, now do this, now do this. But if you're doing it without the feeling, then you're working too hard. And you're going to run around in circles. You're going to feel like you're going nowhere fast. You're going to feel like the hamster in the wheel. But if you find the feeling, now you got the feeling. Oh, this feels great. This is the feeling that I want. I know that I don't have it yet, but they have it and she has it and that one's got it. And now I know what it feels like to have it. And then you're going to get an email, or you're going to get an idea, or something's going to happen where you're just going to be like, you know what, I'm just going to go paint today, or I'm just going to go work on this thing. And it might take a day. It might take a month. But before you know it, you might be just still grooving in it, just still doing it. And you'll be like, hey, did you ever get that thing? And you're like, holy crap, I did. You know, it might not be this amazing explosion of joy that's, surprise, here's the thing. It might not be that way. We want it to be that way. Crimson. Here's another one. Crimson was just in an international art gallery. Congratulations. I wanted to be an international artist, and I am. I wanted to be recognized as an artist, and I am. I wanted to be financially stable, and I am. I'm so grateful because what I wanted as a kid is happening. I'm just waiting for the smaller details to come true. That's it, guys. That's it. We need to share our wins, and then we need to celebrate each other's wins, because celebrating each other's wins creates the energy in each of us for our own wins. Not winds. Win. Yay. Right? That's what we want. We all want to win. We all want to get what we want. And her getting what she wants and her getting what she wants doesn't mean that now there's not enough for you. There's enough for everybody. Robin. Sounds like Bobby. That you are getting what you asked for. It's just that they just have yet to all come together, and what you are doing now is the work on the parts necessary for the future success. So you really are making progress, even though you don't seem to feel it. So it might be a good thing to remember. Yeah, sometimes you're making progress. Thank you for that. Sometimes you're making progress and it doesn't feel like it, right? And I remember this story that I learned when I was in my sales training. When I started my career in web design, I took a sales training course. And one of the things that they taught was they taught an attitude and behavior journal. And basically it was figure out that you want to make 5 phone calls every day. 5 phone calls every day. You want to pick up the phone, dial, and whatever happens on that phone call, once you hang up, that's one, right? Whether they answer and you talk, or you get a machine, or just nothing happens, right? Or they hang up on you and say, fuck off, or whatever happens, that's one. And your job is to pick a number, so let's say it's 5, right? So every day you pick up the phone, you make 5 calls. Whatever happens in those 5 calls, you write it in your journal. I made my 5 calls. And you do that tomorrow, and you do that the next day, and you do that the next day, and you do that the next day. Well, they told the story of this guy who was doing that, and on like day 29 or day 35 or day 110 or whatever the hell day it was, he was really, really, really depressed. And but he made his 5 calls. And then somebody called him that he hadn't called that day and said, hey, yeah, we're ready to work with you. Please send over the paperwork and let's get this thing. And it was this huge project, big contract, big commission, all this stuff. And it turned out that he had made the calls to that person like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And on that day that he made those calls, he felt really low, really, really bad, ready to give up on the whole business. But now, 3 weeks later, gets a huge sale, saves his business, and all is well. But it happened on a day that he didn't do anything. He didn't call that guy that day, but he was laying the groundwork and he was putting in the energy every single day. Now, I'm not saying you got to make phone calls every day, but we have to show up and do our energy work every day. We have to show up and put something into your art every day, or put something into your dream every day, even if it's something small. But if we're doing it consistently, it's going to build and build and build and build, and it's going to blossom one day. And you're not going to be expecting it that day, because you're going to be like, I didn't do anything today. It's not about what you did. It's about the fact that you are putting energy into it constantly and consistently. You're always making progress. Just as Robin pointed out, some days you just don't know you are, but you are. Hi. Karina says, time moves so slow sometimes, but that might work in my favor. I must keep going. Yeah, sometimes things feel like they're taking forever to happen, but you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's happening. Our job isn't to know the inner workings. Our job is to just keep the dream alive. I think gifted people get bored rather easily. I know that I do. Who is this? I Want to be up. As the time moves. This is Thomas. I think gifted people get bored rather easily. I know. Yeah, we do get bored, right? When you have gifts like we do, we can definitely get bored. You know what I think the boredom is that eventually you realize the futility in trying to make things happen. And then you might just get depressed, and then you're depressed about it. But in between this elation of I'm gonna make it happen to it's not working, in the middle is boredom. In the middle is just like I just can't I can't do this hamster wheel anymore. I'm just like I've had it. I'm bored with this. And then on those days you might not even feel like turning to your art. You might not feel like turning to your passion or your joy at all. And sometimes in those days, you kind of just need to check out and do nothing and let things recoup a little bit. But that's a different daily fuel. Hello, everyone, especially Bobby. Sounds like I need to replay this one. Yeah, you replay. I know. I know what you meant. I know. I got you done. I got you back. Make your life the way you want, the way you make your art. Yeah, write that down. Make your life the way you make your art. That's the answer, I think. For most of us, probably all of us, the art just flows. It's easy. You know, yeah, you need to work on your skills, and yeah, you need to hone your craft and all of that stuff. But when you get into it, you get that groove, you get it, you catch it, you know what I'm talking about. You know how to do that. Why can't we do that in life? Oh, Bobby, I can't do that in life. It doesn't work. No, you know why? Because the talent is innate. The skills require practice. You haven't practiced it enough. You practice your art more than you practice life. That's it. Imagine if you were, I'm an artist. When was the last time you painted? 30 years ago. Well, all right. That's great. You've still got the talent, but probably you need to catch up on some skills. You need to paint a couple of things to get back in the groove. It's not going to be that easy anymore. You're not going to have the muscle memory as quickly. You know, it's not gone, but it's not right at your fingertips. You know what I mean? That's what we're doing in life. We've forgotten how to be a little kid. We've forgotten how to wake up and be in joy. Instead we're waking up and wearing bills and arguments and the news and the right. Make your life the way you make your art. Oh boy. Yes. Show up every day and how we can't expect to be accomplished from day one. Yes. When I first started trying to do digital art and I had ideas in my mind that I wanted it to look like, but everything I made fell far short of what I wanted because I didn't have any digital skills at all, so it was so frustrating. Why are they calling me? Hang on. If my wife is calling me in the middle of my life, hang on. Hello? Hi. Hi. Are you still in your life? Yes, I am. For real, it's going long. You should see this comment by Robin. And the one from Amy was like ridiculously long. She thinks I'm off the live. Yeah, let me go. I'm seriously on the live. She can't believe it. Well, anyway, it was so frustrating. Many times I felt so stupid because I didn't understand what I was doing at all. But after 4 years of not giving up and showing up and try again, what I create finally resembles somewhat like what I had in mind. And really, there was more than this. That's great, Robin. I'm sorry that your thing got interrupted, but I'm moving on because it's been an hour. A Jedi's strength flows from the Force. Yes. Kelly's comments aren't showing up. What? Now no comment. Now I got no comments on my iPhone. I'm sorry, Kelly. I can't see your comments aren't showing up. I would never skip anybody's comments on purpose. Where the heck? Oh, here we go. Now they're back. Where's Kelly's comments? I didn't see Kelly. Kelly, I don't know. Sorry. I don't know. Happy birthday, Kirsten. Wow, we're only up to here. How many more? Oh my God, the comments don't stop. All right, you guys gotta stop commenting. Happy birthday! Finally resembles what I had in mind, and I think it's because I showed up time after time and didn't give up. Well, that's exactly it, Robin. Just keep doing that. I'm gonna start flying through these now because now I'm really tired. it's later than I expected. How beautiful, Amy. I wrote it down. What'd you write down? I don't know what you wrote down. Find the feeling. Yes, yes. Remember this. Note to self. Another one for the fridge. What does your fridge look like? You're always putting these things on your fridge. Amy, sometimes there are unkindly obstacles, but I just think theme park pants. Smile and laugh internally and move on. Happy. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. We're building our own language here. We're building our own energy. We can do this, guys. We can do this. And let's just remember to just do the work. Do the work every day, and the thing that you want is possible. Will come. The fix is in. It's given. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. Just stop trying to figure out how to do it all by yourself. Be the wind under our wings. There you go. I like that. For those starting their journey, it could all happen real quick, but for me, I started watching Daily Fuel last September, and it's only in these last 2 months that things have started clicking into place. Things learned here have been epically valuable. Well, thank you for that comment. I appreciate that. Donna, just hang out here for the feeling. I have missed out on a few lives lately and my energy levels are low. That's okay. This happens. I know I have an awesome place to go and get it back. Yes, you do. Excellent. Have you checked the children? No. But apparently, I haven't been looking at the clock either. She only called. Yeah, see, I didn't realize that. Are you still on your live? Yeah, I am. Peace, hope, and inspiration to you all. Sorry, I don't know who this is. I've gotten rid of the thing, so I can't even see anymore. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm gonna split. Facebook user has the booby prize right now. If you're new here, I give a booby prize to everybody who has the last comment of the day. But Donna's here, so you're not gonna win it, Facebook user. The fix is in. Good night. There you go. Boobs. Very good. Like what I have found with and have you checked your wife? Yeah, I know. She's getting my daughter, so my son's upstairs. We're good. All right, guys, have a wonderful night. Robin, you have the booby prize right now. I'm gonna go. I need something. Bye.